Yeah.
recently Kannada films have been taking like center stage. Like there's KGF
Yeah.
and then there's Kantara and all of that. But with
Yeah.
center stage comes a lot of criticism, a lot of scope for getting how do I say it? Like a lot of magnifying glass on the film itself. Like
Yeah.
for example, Kantara, it started off very small. Like the week that I saw the film, people didn't know it was releasing, and then the
Oh.
next week, people were just like raving about it, and it was great
Yeah.
to see that whole growth. But what
I,
happens as a music director is, as you know, with the film, what happened was because there is a copyright issue with the music now,
correct.
and a
Correct.
lot of them are fighting, saying, okay, there are certain things that you can copyright, and there are certain things that you can't copyright. There is like, you can't copyright probably a Beethoven sonata, or you can't
Yeah.
like, things like that basically.
True.
So,
True.
where do you stand on that debate, and what do you think about what's happening?
Um. See, if I think there are two perspectives that I have, or rather three perspectives, I would say. There is a perspective which I look at it from a very legal point of view, as you mentioned, that certain things can be copied or certain things cannot be called as copy per se. As far as I know, according to copyright law, it basically uh, it only covers melody. So only if, like for example, if my melody goes "Sa-re-ga-ma-pa," and that exact, if that is the first line of my song and the first line of some other song is "Sa-re-ga-ma-pa," then it can probably be called a copy. If he has used it in his third line, I can't say that that's a copy, right? So there's a very very narrow bandwidth in which legally it can be called a copy. So if again, this is just my personal opinion from having heard the songs. I really don't think from a legal perspective there is really a future where I see it being called, legally being called, that this is copied from this. I don't think see that happening. As an audience member, I would definitely say that it's a huge disappointment because the experience of the film is so tied to that song. That entire,
Yeah.
yeah, it's disappointing. I'm not saying that I'm disappointed with the makers or I'm disappointed with the with Taikodan Bridge who have brought up the complaint. Everybody has their reasons, and I completely understand. But as an audience member, I feel a little disappointed because when I'm watching the film, it's just me and the film, and that experience has been kind of like dampened right now because of I believe, I'm not sure if the stay is still there on the song and if it cannot be played now, but when I saw that judgment which came out saying that the song cannot be played in OTT and in the, that was a bit disappointing to me. So I really hope that will be, see, because if I have to be brutally honest, I wish that could have been avoided. Because as a cinema professional, the experience of the movie is, Kantara is one of the films which has boosted theatrical footfalls in recent times. Like people are
Yeah.
thronging the theaters across states, not just in Karnataka, to watch that film. And when they find out that the theatrical experience has been hampered, that really puts the brakes on that. People going to watch it. The film is still successful. They have made money. I'm happy about all that. But there is a huge ecosystem that works around theaters also, people's livelihoods and all that. All that will be a little bit affected from where it could have gone. So I find that a little regrettable. So I hope that didn't happen. Finally, as a musician, see, there I would say that my opinion is purely subjective. I do see the similarities that people are talking about, but the problem is that on if you start making your creative decisions based on YouTube comments, it's very hard to live. It's people are there is always somebody who's. I'll give you an example. I still, in fact, I kind of marveled at this at one point of time. There was a song of mine in Undumutte Kathe, which was a song based on complete mridangam, and like very Carnatic kind of song called the Motte song. It's a funny song, but it was completely based on a
I
Carnatic
like
kind of.
that song.
Thank you so much, thank you. So now you have heard that song.
Yeah.
If I tell you the name of the song that somebody had mentioned in the comments saying that it kind of sounds similar to this, I can assure you that you will be shocked. Somebody had written in the comments saying that this song sounds similar to Drake's Hotline Bling. You know Hotline Bling, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm just like trying to.
There is no similarity in the song per se, but I understood later what that guy was talking about. There is a beat which goes in Hotline Bling, which is like tuk, 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 tuk. some that kind of a pattern. So along with my mridangam, I have done a similar pattern in that song too, as part of making it a little more comedic and things like that. I had added something like that, and that I can understand why he thinks there is similarity, but that was enough for a random YouTube comment to say that this song has been copied from that, which is absolute rubbish. I'm not saying that it's because it's my song. It is absolute rubbish, but that is the place where musicians and artists have to perform in right now. Like one step into a particular direction, and people are ready to kind of tear you down. So I have a lot of sympathies for the team of Kantara also, because I think they did a stellar job when they made that film, and a lot of this thing is uncalled for. But yeah, I guess as artists now we really have to be a lot more careful. I mean, I really cannot work fearing the YouTube comments, but at the same time, I believe that I have to be a bit smart about it. Because if I feel at some point of time that the song that I'm creating has similarities to a particular song, I think I really have to make an effort to make sure that similarities are removed before the song comes out. I think that has to be done. So that's what I'm attempting to do. I mean, I again, I've not had time to speak to anybody in the team of Kantara personally, not Rishabh or Ajnisha or anybody, but yeah, I really wouldn't make them out to be the villains that they are being portrayed as in this entire debate. It happened, and it is regrettable the way it has turned out. But yeah, we just, and I think sometimes in very plain terms, I would say everybody just chill a bit. It's at the end of the day, it's a movie, it's a song. Let's just take it easy. Let's not get too, because I saw some very very vile and very hurtful comments that were there at that time. That is uncalled for. It's a song, and whatever said and done, you have to also respect the fact that so many people who watched that film got such an experience from it. I can also tell you that I would say I had an even stronger reaction to the Navarasam video when it came out. I still remember discussing it with so many of my friends that the song was brilliant, but that video, I was so disturbed by that video, how it ended. It actually left me with some actual physical pain. So is the ultimate objective of that art was that to make people feel something, and both those pieces of art have actually succeeded in that. So let's just leave it at that, and let the artist figure it out. But that's what I would say. Let's all just take a step back and just take a deep breath and relax.